If you're watching this video, it's likely because you are feeling a little lost. Maybe you're feeling one of these emotions on the whiteboard here behind me. Hopeless, lonely, depressed, directionless, unclear on your mission. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you and show you how this is actually a good thing. I'm going to break it down and give you 4 steps to actually help you pull yourself out of the hole or the rut that you've created for yourself. My name is Dara. I am a high performance coach. But before I was a coach, I was in the exact same situation as you are. I was living 6,000 kilometers away from home. I was in college. I was playing sport. I was meant to be living this great life, but deep, deep down inside, I was miserable. And it took me 4 years to actually pull myself out and get myself back on track. I'm going to show you exactly how I done it in the next couple of minutes. So excuse my handwriting, I'm not much of an artist, but what I do want to show you is how all of these emotions are a good thing, mainly because it shows that you have introspection, okay? Most people that you know are not able to look at themselves as you are looking at yourself. Most people don't have the level of introspection that you have, because currently, if you're feeling these type of emotions, it's a good thing. You're feeling emotion. 99% of the people that you know, look at your family, look at your friends, look at the people that you hang around with. They are not feeling like this. They are what I call sleepwalking. They are feeling these emotions, yes, but they just can't put a word on it. And you are different. You are feeling these emotions and you know you are feeling these emotions. That is a good thing, okay? Because it shows that you have a level of introspection that other people don't. In reality, you can stay in this situation forever. You can stay at the bottom of the hole, is what I like to call it. You can stay in that depressed state, that anxious state, that directionless state. You can stay there forever if you like. But likely if you're watching this video, it means that you want to change. Humans only change when they're put under enough pressure to change. That was the moment when you said, this is it, I need to change, okay? Let's say your girlfriend breaks up with you and you're like, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna start going to the gym, I'm gonna get her back, I'm gonna make sure that my life is so much better so that she can come back and she can look at me and be jealous. Second one then is your coach dropped you. You're like, I'm gonna train super hard, I'm gonna make sure that I'm in this team for next week. There was one thing, there was one action that made you change. Oftentimes it's a negative stimuli that makes you change. But humans only change when they have to. You have to right now. Because you're feeling these emotions, it means you need to change. There are 4 steps that you have to take to actually initiate that change. So let's go through them. Before we actually talk about the 4 steps, I want to show you the journey. And this journey is what I've created inside of Tussy, which is our program. But essentially, this is your life. And this is where you are right now, okay? I call this the hole. The hole is the deepest, darkest pit that you've been in. It's just after your girlfriend breaks up with you. It's just after you've been dropped. The hole is the worst time of your life. This is when you wake up. So you see this line, we have our asleep or our sleepwalking crew, and then we have our awake crew. It's likely if you're watching this video, you're at the bottom of the hole. Whether you realize it or not, that's another thing. But realistically, if you are feeling depressed, feeling sad, feeling low, it means you're in the hole. And it's okay, because it means you can climb out, but you have to be awake. But now we get to the stage where you're wondering, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling anxious. How do I actually climb out? How do I actually get out of the hole? How do I achieve a goal? How do I achieve my goal? And that's exactly what the 4 steps are going to help you do. So changing your life and actually climbing out of this hole can be broken down into 4 steps. And we're going to go through them one by one. The first step is taking responsibility. Take responsibility and take accountability to the fact that you're in the hole. Accept that you're there. It is what it is. What has happened, and what is to come is going to happen, okay? But you cannot sit there and mope and cry about the fact that you're sad, because then you will stay there forever. You are the one that has fallen into the hole. You are the one that has taken certain actions to initiate the descent. You got fat. You cheated on your girlfriend, which made her break up with you. You didn't train hard enough, so you got dropped. No one else, okay? And again, taking responsibility of that is the first step, is a massive wake up. If you really think about it, your coach dropped you, so you're sad at your coach. But why did your coach drop you? Because you weren't good enough. You were not good enough. So taking responsibility is the first step. Just accept it and sit in it and realize that this has happened. When you do that, you gain control over the situation. It's the first big wake up that a lot of my clients have, is they just realize that they have control. You know, a lot of the time, people at the bottom of the hole, they feel like they're not in control because they're feeling depressed. They're unclear about their mission. They have no real goals. When you take responsibility that I am the one that caused this situation, is the biggest realization that you can have. So that's why step one is take responsibility. Take accountability for everything that has happened in your life. And once we do that, we can move on to step two. So the second step that you have to do to change your life and to pull you out of that hole is to set a goal. And it sounds quite simple because it is. However, what we have to do is set a goal that is far beyond what we currently believe we are capable of doing and achieving. What I need you to realize is that, you know, if you set a crazy goal, if you set a goal that's so far out of your comfort zone that you believe, I could never achieve that. Most of the time, people will sit there and will feel sad about it, and they'll mope around, they'll stay in the hole, they'll stay in that depressed state because, oh, I will never achieve it. So far away, I need to do so much to achieve it. That's the point. When you set a goal this big, you realize that you're incapable. You're incapable of achieving that goal. Let's say you want to make $1 million. You currently do not have the skills and the ability to make $1 million. That is what it is. The second priority, after taking responsibility, you set the goal that is so much further beyond your capabilities. This forces you to grow. One of the biggest wake up moments for the clients is to realize they're capable of achieving it. As a coach, and we give our clients the push that they need and the support that they need to actually say, you can do that. Maybe you need to do that to yourself. You need to say to yourself, I can do that. It's way beyond what I'm currently able to do, but I can learn these skills. I can adopt the identity. I can pick up the habits of the person who can actually achieve that goal. That's step two, is actually setting a goal, and set your sights on a goal that's far beyond what you currently believe you're capable of achieving. Like I said before, if you set this goal that is so far out of your reach, you realize that you're incapable of achieving that goal. And like I said, that is completely okay. The third step is identifying the difference. So if you set this goal, for example, making $1 million, and currently you make zero, what is the difference? Yes, $1 million is the difference, but what is the actual difference in you, in the person who can achieve the goal of making $1 million and the current version of yourself who can't? That's step three, is finding and identifying that difference. We can break it down into identity, habits, routine, just the actual skill set. You have to understand that you are not capable, because if you were capable, you would have already done it and you wouldn't be watching this video, okay? So identifying that difference, finding the 1 or 50 things that need to be changed in order for you to achieve that goal. And for me, this was a very, very important stage in my journey, because I spent 3 hours journaling one night about the difference, the person who was different. I had this vision of this highest version of myself, and I said to myself, why am I not this person? And how can I achieve and become that person? That action changed my entire mindset around goals and goal setting and just becoming the version who's capable of achieving these massive things. Take responsibility there and identify the difference. That is step three. It's very, very important that you spend time on that action. Is really, really outline what is different about the person who achieves that goal and this version down here. The fourth and final step that you have to take to change your life and to climb out of this hole is just start. And this is the motto and the tagline for the brand that I've been creating and the system that we have now implemented into Tempo. You have to just start. If you want to climb out of the hole and you've done steps 1, steps 2, and step 3, all you have to do is start climbing. So many people end up in this stage where they procrastinate. They end up over planning. I was in that stage too, until I learned this trick. Just start. And I think, again, when you put into perspective the goal of this massive version, a new version of you that you have in your mind, and the person who makes $1 million and has all the dream girls and cars and whatever it is, and you feel like you're so far away from that, and you feel like there's so much to learn, so much to do, all you have to do is think these 2 words: just start. Because sitting around and moping and crying and planning does nothing for your goals. If you have these goals and if you have the goal to even just pull yourself out of the hole that you're in, that is a goal in itself. You have to just start. Take responsibility for who you are. Take accountability for everything that has happened in your life. Then set a big goal. Set a goal that you believe that you cannot achieve. Because again, it forces you to grow and become that person. Then go and identify the difference in that person who has achieved that goal and your current version of yourself. And finally, just start. All those things that you just identified, you have to change. And how do you change them? You start. Every single person that you can imagine who's built a company, who's achieved their dreams, has started from the beginning. So it's important that you do that too. So over the course of the last 4 years, I have managed to pull myself out of the deepest, darkest pit that I could have been in my life to actually achieve my goals. Starting a business, meeting new people, more friends, and getting in the best shape of my life. There's so many things that has happened in my life as a result of climbing out of the hole. And if you're watching this video and you're still stuck in the hole, I'll just let you know that it does get better. It does take time. Again, if you have no structure, if you have no systems, if you have no real accountability, someone there holding your hand through this whole entire process that's been on this journey themselves. If you are someone who maybe does need a little bit of help, who's stuck in the hole, who feels like there is no way out and needs some structure and accountability. I don't really like hard pitching. Realistically, if you've got to the end of this video, you probably need a bit of a helping hand. If you click that link, you can just check out some of our testimonials, some of our results, what we actually do. We help you climb out, and we do that through mental reprogramming systems and physical reprogramming systems as well. Like I said, there is the link at the bottom. But other than that, these 4 steps are crucial for you to change your life in 2026. It's so important that you do not take these for granted. If you've watched the end of this video, it's a sign. It means you are different, and it's a good thing. You want to change, and I applaud you for that. That's it for this video. If you, again, have any issues or questions, put them in the comments below. Click that first link if you're interested in Tussig, and I'll see you in the next one.